Hi, welcome back YouTube. In the front part of the aquarium, you notice I've planted some Eleocharis species mini, Altotrinia reinecke mini, and that's in the foreground, okay? And then on the right hand side I've got Sterogyn repens. That is a container of Eleocharis species mini. I just haven't got around to planting it yet, but and I don't know if I'm going to use it at all, but that is a Cryptocorny balassae in the rear. As I pointed out, I'm going to use that as a background plant. It really didn't require a lot of plants, but I did want to give each one time or space to grow, so I kind of spread them out rather thinly. Again, I have a lot of moss on the rocks. That is a moss called coral moss. I'll zoom in on it for you. It's actually supposed to be a terrestrial moss, but I thought it would do well because the lights from the Kessel 350s really penetrate the depth of this aquarium. In the back I also have some Sterogyn repens. You can see them planted in the rear, as well as some more of the coral moss. On the other side, again, I had already had Java moss applied to the rocks, and it's been growing out rather quickly. So that's starting to grow. There you see a Bucephalandra. Let me zoom in on it. Came in pretty bad, but if you look at the rhizome of the plants, they were all in pretty good shape. So this particular one didn't have a lot of leaves on it, but the few that it did have were healthy, and I noticed that the rhizome was relatively in good shape. I also planted some in the spot where these were in a little better shape, where I had the Anubias. Again, these are more in scale with that area of the tank, so they're going to grow right there in the mid-ground of the aquarium. Here I have some more Altotrinia reinecke, and of course the Hydrocotyl Japan, some crypts. There's at least 5 different species of crypts. In the foreground there's I'm not sure whether that's Neveli. I believe that is Neveli. I have one planted there, and another one planted in that crevice by the rocks. Okay, I also have various species of crypts planted on the left side where the lobelia was. Even though I pulled all the lobelia out, you can still see 2 plants that were persistent and are still coming back up. You have to make sure you pull all the roots out. Since I'm going to flood the tank in about a week, I left them there because they'll complement the other crypts I have in the background. Now I also have the Cryptocorny balassae on the left hand side. There are 3 plants, and as you can see, the plant really does well. You can see new leaves coming out even in the immersed state. There's also several areas where I've attached Java moss. So again guys, I just want to give you an update after I planted the tank, and it will be flooded fairly soon. I would say within the next week. Now, I've never mentioned the stones that I used in this tank, but they are series stones, about 50 pounds of them. I thought about thought about lava rock, and I thought about various other stones, but I chose the series stone because of the contrast and the simple beauty of the stone. I mean, it's really a beautiful stone, so that's what I chose to use in this aquascape. Now the only other thing I have to do on this side I've gone ahead and made sure that the limbs that were attached were going to be steadfast and waterworthy. Okay, on this side of the aquarium I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to have to go along and do that, and you know, make sure that they're going to stick and won't float up once I flood the aquarium. And basically all I'm going to do is go back, instead of using the fluorite plant cement, I'm going to use silicone. That seems to be a much more sturdier medium to hold the limbs in place versus the fluorite plant cement. So I'm going to go back over these, and once those cure, the only problem with doing that is the sorry about that, guys. The silicone requires that the pieces that you're joining be absolutely dry, so I have to be very careful when I mist the aquarium that I don't mist the wood when I do this process, otherwise they'll never stick. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the planting, and again, I'm really happy the way it's going to turn out. I went to the side of the aquarium so you get a view of the entire length, and as you can see, the rooting system on the other side is really an interesting layout. So I look forward to flooding this tank and the plants growing in, and you know, stay tuned, guys.